Oh, hey, Craig, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was sharing the stream in my Discord server and a couple other servers that I'm in. What am I, like, they're not the same save. Okay. Today we're gonna find out who killed Sakura Ogami. Yes. I don't think I can share it. Yeah, I think this is the only replays. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. Yeah. I have my Discord server, and my friend Yuki. She's been in a couple streams. You should check out her channel. She does a lot of retro games, like Donkey Kong and Mario. She's played Mario. What was it called? Mario. Oh, Mario RPG, which is actually a pretty cool game. And then another server that I'm in with another friend of mine who also streams retro games. So I would stream retro games, but I don't have the emulators and like the technology necessary for it. So, but when I do, expect to see some Kirby, because one of the first games I think I'm going to play is Kirby Superstar Ultra, because I have that game on my DS and I love it. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Jeez.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. Kirby is like one of my favorite like game series, because I have Kirby Superstar Ultra. I've played Kirby the Squeak Squad, I think is the name of that one. I have Kirby's Epic Yarn, which is it's a fun game. And there were a couple others, but yeah, Kirby's lit. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life? It's a really cute game. Like, it's so cute. It's adorable. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind. When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room was created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime and through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right? The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words...
I'm pretty good. It's the weekend, so I don't have to go to work, so I would have started streaming earlier, but I had to do a few things. How are you? Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that. But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
True.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room. By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. Been playing Pokemon Platinum, so can't be happier. Pokemon! What's your favorite generation for Pokemon? You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too? I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. In Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seem the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. I've never been asked before, but I'd say 4. It was my first and it's the best. Alright. Mine, I'm so mainstream. Oh, I love I like this I like this generation too, because this generation has Piplup. I love Piplup. No, it's not a wrong answer. I just had to remember which generation 4 was. My favorite generation is I think it's generation 10. I'm so mainstream, I'm telling you. Is there a 10? Probably not. It's the one that's black and white. The one for Pokemon Black and White, the Unova region, because that was my first Pokemon game that I had, was Pokemon Black. I still have it. Okay, yeah, I went too far. I think it's like generation 8. I don't remember. It's a generation. I am Gen 6. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think so. No, that's Omega Ruby and Sapphire. Oh. It's generation 5. Staraptor. See, my favorite Pokemon from Generation 5 is actually the starter Pokemon that I chose, because I love Oshawott. I love like all the evolutions of Oshawott. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. Well, let's investigate. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. This glass is all red, and those are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Bottle. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jacket attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really liked them that much?
I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Well, time to examine the body. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood, and I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. Byakuya. However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I feel like, did I already... Okay, no, this is the same thing. Okay, let me go back here. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? I'm not trying to click on her body, God. Gosh dang it. Wait, hold on. So that's her body. That, I already examined that. I didn't examine this stuff. Huh? The locker's open. And they're on the inside. Tepig. It was, for me, it was between Oshawott and Snivy, because Tepig was... I'm not really a big fire type, like, Pokemon fan. I think I have one fire type in my team, and it's a, gosh dang it, what's the name of the Pokemon again? It's one of the, Simisear. I have a Simisear in my team, but that's pretty much... I have a couple other fire types, but the ones that I like the most are probably, out of type-wise, are probably Dark type, I like Grass type, Water types, and Fairy types, because I like Sylveon. Sylveon's like one of my favorite evolutions next to Umbreon. It's a handprint. What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all of the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not? Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yes, Umbreon is such a cool evolution. Yeah, so then what does this handprint mean? And then back here, there are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle, huh? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have. So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. That's what the thing on the floor is. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Yeah, Ponyta is a lit fire type. So it's another fire type that I like. The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. You can click on something else. Oh, there's more over here. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein, and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know, but still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff, so she must have gotten this from the Chem lab. But that's strange. Huh? What is? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Yeah, detective. Okay, we're gonna solve this case today. Hello, Yuki. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna solve this case today. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. So what I'm getting from this is, because they did break the window to get into the room, but there are glass shards underneath the bottle, which means the glass shards were already there. I feel like. I'm dead. An important clue, I'm not sure I see how. And then there's this thing right here. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. I think I got... Okay, so now I just talk to people. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here, in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually, she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina, it's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. So we can guess whoever went to meet her killed her. Most likely, whoever that is. So that means it's either Hiro, Toko, or Byakuya. But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight. And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise,
Certainly.
right? Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What?
Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Unless someone else overheard about this and wanted her gone, so used them as a disguise. That's also true. Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most
So
part.
then.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave. Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Well, if someone else did overhear the conversation, it would have to be it would either have to be Kyoko, Asahina, or me. And it's not me. No, that's Sakura, Aoi, Chihiro. Oh, Toko, right here. Duh. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was so scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? That I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Sayaka, Makoto, Taka, Kyoko, Mondo, Byakuya, Junko, Celeste. He must be like down at the end. Leon, Yasuhiro. There he is. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. Yeah, she's so socially awkward and like anxious and uncomfortable that she just can't lie. And it's oof. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Ah, sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there is to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab, so where should I start? Well, Makoto, I'm gonna start with the chem lab. Also, if Hiro didn't look suspicious at all, that just kind of threw him, like, he just kind of threw himself straight into suspicion. I can't remember if it was on this is the second floor. Third floor, physics, equipment. I think the chem lab is on the fourth floor. Yep. I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of strange to make your protein shake in the same room that has like a whole bunch of other dangerous chemicals and things that can kill you. I don't know. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. I mean, still though, it's like sus. Everything about this whole case is just sus. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more importantly right now, yeah, Byakuya is like an asshole. But the only reason that he's an asshole is because of what he is. He's the ultimate, like, affluent prodigy or something like that. Something that involves being rich and having a lot of money and having a lot of power. So he believes that he's above everyone else because he has all the power and the money in the world, and he just thinks everyone is beneath him. That's why he's an ass. But more important right now, yes, affluent prodigy. So he's just like a dick. But more importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. These are footprints? I think those are the, I think that's what he is. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. The thing about this is that my boy Makoto just sits there and takes it. Like, he doesn't say, how about you do it, dude? He just sits there and takes it. What? Like, what kind of nonsense? So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me. So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. Honestly, I mean, literally everyone uses him. Because Kyoko uses him. I mean, she's nicer about it, I guess. But she's also just like, I have to stand watch, so you go talk to everybody and examine more things. And I'll just stand watch here. When y'all could have just as easily switched places for who's watching, for who's standing on guard. And then Byakuya is just like, hurry up, chop chop, draw the floor plans. And he's like, okay, sir. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. The same voice as Morgana. Perfect logic. I'm dead. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the fourth floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
In other words,
that's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All of the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section A. I mean, it's not like the big A underneath the section would tell you that, but... But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? On this shelf is one look and I can tell, I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. Unit Section C. And then Section B. So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. Have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. Yeah, so I can say this unit Section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Well, what else do you want me to... Oh, like the powder itself? There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. That's a possibility. Like someone could have put it there, and she could have grabbed it in a haste, thinking it was protein and not poison. So it looks like someone left some footprints. Well, okay. Yes, we've determined this. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder. Okay. I've already taken a good look at the chem lag. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay. Okay, bye, Byakuya. I don't like being around you. To the map. Yeah, I already went to the chem lab. All I have to do is go downstairs. Escaping the bear. Right here. In the rec room. Right here. Cool.
Hey.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toku and Hiro had told me. I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. Those 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look over them one more time. So she says Sakura's body. According to Yoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body. Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to, although there are still some times... I still can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. That's sus? What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look here. For shoes? You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out. That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head.
It's
Look
true.
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? Honestly, come on guys, we're going to the graveyard. We're going, no, not the graveyard, we're going to the morgue so we can touch dead people. Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
True.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. And she said the magazine rack and the Monokuma bottles. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message? Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it just makes me that more suspicious. Toko. Honestly, who should we talk to? I think we should go talk to Hiro. He sounds like a good choice. Honestly, both of them are sus. The only one who's not sus in this case, which is crazy, is Byakuya, to me. Because Byakuya is so blunt. He's so blunt and straightforward that if you asked him, did you go to see Sakura, he'd tell you no and give you like 50 reasons why. Hiro was so scattered, during the conversation, and then he pretty much practically ran back into his room. Toko gave us no explanation and then just said, we're done here, right? And then went back into her room. Like, Toko and Hiro, y'all looking sus. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you just... Tell me what it is. Sorry, I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway.
Can you... yeah, I'm okay. I must just be tired. I don't know. I want to at least get through this investigation and this trial, though. Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that? I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so... Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. I didn't even realize I've been yawning so much. I'm sorry. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing? I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. I just feel bad because I mean I'm in the middle of talking and then all of a sudden you just hear and it's like, oh shoot. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, they balance each other out. It's balanced, which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight. Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there. Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Thanks for caring. I think I'll be fine. I think probably after I finish this stream though, I'm gonna like take a nap or something, I don't know. Just as I thought. What? The results of our experiments and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together, and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Bing bong. It's time for the trial.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
I'm dead.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Here we go. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Best character. Like, even though he's evil, he's also low-key very funny. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery! What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right. That does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it. I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual. I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. The emoji king. I just recently discovered emojis. I can't believe him. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Just don't like trap a bunch of high school students in a school and tell them to kill each other. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. If killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. Y'all ready to find out who killed Sakura Ogami? Let's do this. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors closed and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? I feel like going for Toko just because of that magazine is like too obvious. So I'm gonna go for Hiro, just because Hiro was acting like way too suspicious for someone who hadn't have either he helped with the murder, like another accomplice thing, or he did it. Who do you think did it? Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Okay. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes. What was I want to say Toko, but I think it's Hiro, the guy with mad hair. Alright. Oh, I can't put it on. I think his name is Hiro. Yeah, it is.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that.
It was one of you.
Hold on, whoa, truth bullets. Sakura had written notes. She had put these notes in the beach. Okay.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Ooh, I'm dumb. Oops.
No, it's wrong.
I was like, oops, oops.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then, does that mean one of them did it? Again? Okay. I like her too.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious.
You don't have to apologize for liking her. She's lit. She's pretty
I
lit.
don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Okay.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
That's a lie.
No, that's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's
Honestly,
no
like,
way
we
a
know
single
you're a
one of them
liar.
was left
Just
in the
give it up.
warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
I'm like, dude, you literally admitted while we were talking that you actually saw her before she died. So you were probably one of the last people to see her, if not the last person to see her before she died. So you can cut the lying act.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could have only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is...
I got it!
Yo, why did I was like, so...
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it.
This music kind of makes me want to like dance low-key. Could you imagine this playing in an actual courtroom?
I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Quite a sudden hostility.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostile.
I like how his response to that, to her saying you're acting suspicious, was basically for him to go, no, you.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even
At
be?
the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Exactly. Because you weren't in the room to investigate, dude. You went back to your room, so when did you see the message?
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense?
What if this
Everything I
is
said
just how,
makes
like,
perfect sense.
court trials went in general? Hiro must be panicking so much at the moment. For real. Look at him, his face is red as heck. He's pointing fingers at everybody. That's always what killers do. Anytime someone catches them in some kind of lie, they always want to point the blame at somebody else or provide some kind of evidence that points the blame at somebody else. Because he just straight up went for Toko. No hesitation. He was like, her dying message, y'all remember? There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Yeah.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at the time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your what I said makes total sense.
At that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Is that it? Bitch! Get out of my way!
Only after I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine
Hey!
shelf.
Get the f out of my way! Ah! I hate those! I feel like Kyoko. Hold on.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was discovered.
Bro, that just totally it. I was like, get out of my way. Ah, the white noise blocked me the first time. That triggers me. I hate the white noise.
Was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation. You weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then.
Yeah, Hiro.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
We're just gonna keep blasting through all of your lies. You might as well just start telling the truth.
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it?
And like, this is what bothers me about this game. Is that even if the people didn't do anything, if they're on the chopping block and we suspect that they're the killer, they always want to play all these mind games and stuff, or pushing things on other people and pointing fingers at other people and lying, and see, that doesn't help your case. That just makes you look more suspicious. I hope you realize this.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Thank you. Exactly. Don't lie. Like, it's so obvious that he's lying and that he's trying to cover something up, something that could probably be really helpful to the case, but he wants to lie because we suspect him.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Bro, you've been lying this entire trial. Don't come at me with that so you know it's true nonsense. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. The moment of truth. Oh, here we go.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Oh, shoot.
Give it a rest. I'm at least 30%
Bro.
right. The occult is bullcrap.
Oh my gosh.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Oh,
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote
it's
that dying message.
it's a mini game that they it's a really weird mini game. It's they call it something different in this game, because in the second game I know it's called PTA, aka Panic Talk Action, but I think they call it something else in this one. Hold on. Oh, in this game it's called Bullet Time Battle, but in the second game it's called a Panic Talk Action.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
Not a big fan of that mini game.
completely free of blood.
So what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Just let me explain what happened.
That's the first. Okay, trial's over.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. He just, I mean, just straight up, no hesitation. That's because I killed her. I mean, alright. Okay. Alright, execution time. Oh, sure, thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence.
Yeah, Celeste was a fighter. She was like, y'all ain't getting me until you can actually, like, she didn't give up until she knew pretty much that she had lost. Hiro said, you know what? Yeah, I did it. I killed her.
Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. I didn't even put... I just panicked. I didn't even think about that. That's the whole point. Oops. I'm sorry. Well, Kyoko. Oops. I feel bad. If that wasn't it. What do you have to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. Why the magazine was hidden.
I got it!
Yeah.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
More Kyoko, she really on her A game. For real. She's like, hold up, we can't just call in the killer and call it a day.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
I feel like we probably would not have survived up until this point if we did not have Kyoko.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have...
Are we gonna find a whole bunch of flyers today?
That doesn't even matter! We already know who did it,
Look
right?
how you just deflected the question. Hold on, Toko. You better answer.
Just admitted it!
You better answer, girl.
I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the body. But that's not where this case ends.
It's just like, who asked you? Girl, we asked you a question. Did you go to the rec room or not?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time, when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. Maybe Hiro didn't kill her, just knocked her out and doesn't Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because, like, he said she went limp, but I mean, like, I know that people can, like, kill somebody that kind of way, but that just doesn't seem right here. And also because of the fact that we still have to explain why we still have to explain the vomiting, where the blood vomiting came from, because she vomited blood. And I have to prove that. And there's a lot more to this case than just the bottle and stuff. Oh, Kyoko's examination summary, status of Sakura's bottle, yellow powder. Hold on. Status of Sakura's body. Traces of blood are found around the strange line of blood. Okay.
Want to, but
I did.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
I'm gonna keep it on status of Sakura's bottle.
Before she could do anything.
Sakura's body.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Never mind. It's Kyoko's examination summary.
She went limp.
See? Isn't it Hiro really is the killer?
Hiro hit Sakura. The wounds on her head, yeah.
Grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from, and you only hit
Yeah, just once.
If you don't get out of my way, I swear to God.
See? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
Before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
I hate the white noise so much. It annoys the crap out of me. It annoys the crap out of me every single time I go and make it. It's just like, nope.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Oh.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles
Those
themselves.
glass shards. Maybe they weren't just from 1 Monokuma bottle, they were from 2 Monokuma bottles. But then where would the figurine go?
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The connection must be, it's the object the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Ah. Hangman's Gambit, let's do this. No, I don't need this. Chess piece. I know what the word is. Hey.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
king, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
We're missing the queen and the knight.
And on the ground was the knight.
Which means we're missing the queen.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
You could use those like in a chess game. Not like all the pieces. To cover like all the pieces, obviously, but you can use them for like certain pieces. Like if you wanted to have a queen. Like a cool looking queen or something.
Shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got
It was excited. I don't
must
what
have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
How can I figure it out before? See what this?
Shoot!
Well, wow, why did it have to go down so much? Maybe it's this.
Shoot!
What? Then what is the difference between... Oh! Thank you! Thank you so much. I can't. Why am I like this? I'm sitting here like... I can't figure it out.
I got it!
Thank you. Thank you.
Kyoko and I did a little experiment.
I probably would have ended up blowing this case if you had not told me.
We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But
no, like I don't mind at all.
Of one of the bottles,
I like, because I mean, you know, you saw me up there struggling to figure out what the heck it was. So sometimes it does help to have somebody else be like, hey, I think it's this.
They must have left behind a few too many
So
pieces,
thank you.
which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it!
Second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
Only working, I'll be answered.
The killer wanted to
I
make it
mean, I
look
probably
like there
would
was
have gotten
only
to
one
it
attack,
eventually. It just
so
would
they
have
had to get rid of their
taken a
evidence.
little bit.
We can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second
Oh
blow.
shoot, and I accidentally just skipped some dialogue.
Wouldn't you
That's what
agree,
that's...
Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Ooh.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
How did I know it would be y'all two, the most sus looking people in this group?
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You
Pretty
did?
soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
I see those eyeballs,
I
Yuki.
assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Are they quitty eyeballs?
Toko, where the
Yeah,
heck did
they're
you
quitty
disappear
to me. And
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
and you have an alternate personality that kills people for fun. So who are you calling vermin here? Exactly. See, that's the thing. It's because they're all high schoolers. They don't know how to kill anybody without leaving some evidence behind. Toko, what did you think? So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Whatever. Yep. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the L1 button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, thanks.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
Oops.
I curse you. It's a lie!
You're accidentally dying. Hello, I'm pressing.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No!
Well, we're all dying. We're dead.
I admit nothing.
We're dead. We're dead. I'm dead. It's over. I hate this game. I hate this stupid mini game.
It's a lie!
Oh my god! Yeah, I want to give it another shot. I freaking hate these bullet time battles! I hate them. Bruh. Not at all. You already told me. You already told me. Thank you for telling me that I'm halfway through the game.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. you. It's a lie!
Okay.
That's enough!
Present, do it, do it! Ah, okay.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
She has to listen to her master.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room.
See, even though Byakuya don't like her, he knows when to control her.
I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
She says she didn't do another plot
Figured
twist.
I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yeah, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean...
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that.
To be honest, I like Genocide Jack, Jill, whatever. I like her a lot more than I like Toko.
And, well, I guess it took me by surprise.
Which is crazy because Genocide Jack Jill is the serial killer.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me.
Yeah, because Toko is just so like, she's so quiet and just like boring, I guess.
Because normally,
I don't know.
Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
That's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hero on that one.
Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It
Tell
wasn't?
us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me!
Hold on. Okay, wait, what are the things I have? I have status of Sakura's body. Okay, status of Sakura's body, traces. Okay. Then we have Kyoko's examination summary. And then we have... What's the other one? Yellow powder. Okay.
When you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma.
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, that's wrong.
Okay. I thought I was... I thought I was... Okay, so I was right.
Sakura
Alright.
sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
We literally saw her sitting in the chair. Owie. Wow, I nearly called her like 5 different names.
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves it was attack. The blood in front of the magazine shelf. I don't think she has something to do with it. But she's being too... My problem with her right now is she's being way too hasty to try and get someone executed. Like, girl, you need to calm down. Like, I know Sakura was someone she was close to, but her making the wrong decision and killing all of us is not how I think Sakura would have wanted her to take this case or go through this.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? To make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
And the reason there's no way is because...
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding it.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
Did y'all not read the Monokuma file? Like, it literally says in the Monokuma file that she also vomited blood. What makes you think that she didn't choke on that and die?
vital information.
Yes, we're missing something so important. The Monokuma file. Like, y'all, come on. Y'all ain't that stupid.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, it's wrong.
Like, come on, y'all. Y'all don't tell me y'all didn't read the Monokuma file, just came in here.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottle, she cut the inside of her mouth.
It literally said that she vomited up blood. Why are you still trying to remember? Why are you still trying to say that that's not what...
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction
I remember
within
this
her
death
body.
too, Yuki.
Most
Makes me
likely,
sad.
Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery
Whoever was
hiding
in the chem lab,
up
yeah.
on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that
Kim
the
C9.
poison?
It's
Yep.
not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section
Yeah.
A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in
Reagents.
C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Bottle of poison. I'm sure it was on the same shelf as all the supplements. It was on. No. I tried to go down to section A. Okay, section A. That's what I was trying to say.
The poison was actually in section
Why am
A.
I messing up so much in this trial? Ah.
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
So? Why?
Because the culprits switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But As if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
That's protein.
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein? Can I see that bottle for a second?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you like.
Yeah. He's something. I don't know what that something is, but
It's protein powder.
I mean, legit, the guy couldn't just say, this is protein powder. He had to drink it in front of all of us and make us think that he drunk poison.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Hangman's Gambit. In the protein drink. Yeah, I mean, okay. Oh, okay, I was about to be like, come to me.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Protein drink.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
And the question is, who gave her the protein drink?
I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Who?
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
That would really only leave either Byakuya, Kirigiri, aka Kyoko, or Asahina. It's the footprints. It's these.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
What the
Just as I suspected.
You were right, you were right. Okay.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistake.
Hey, Watson. Maybe you should be Sherlock for this case. Hold on.
The only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it!
Me and, you know, but it can't be
Hina are
me.
the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No? Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
He could
Hina
have,
used
but
that
no.
trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did... why? Why would you do that?
Exactly. Bye, Morgana. You know what? This is Morgana before she became a phantom thief. This is her human form. It's a girl.
I found her. They're in the rec
Well,
room.
this is his human form because Morgana is a boy. I always forget that.
She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
Exactly. Because she died. He died. Oh my god.
She downed it all at once.
The gender thing, I mean, that's the only thing that's a little iffy, because, like, did Morgana become a boy? I guess, maybe.
And then
Wouldn't that actually be funny if they were connected?
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
I think we are. We're about to come up on
How many
another plot
times do you
twist.
plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Girl, you didn't just leave a footprint, you left multiple footprints. How do you not notice that?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else...
Go ahead, Hina. Start
Nobody
from the
else
moment
could
you
possibly
arrived in
done
the
it.
chem lab.
Right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder and...
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
Nope, something about that ain't right.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Section C to Section A. Nope. Nope. Yep. 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 She did. She did.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Can you shut up, Byakuya? How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Yep, nope. Yep, we both noticed it. You and me, Craig, we both noticed it. Yep. Nope.
First I went to Section C.
It's where the
That's when I
footprint...
grabbed the
Nope.
poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powers. Once
Yeah.
I was done switching them,
What the fuck is
I
happening
put
right
the
now?
bottle filled with the protein
Oh my
powder
God.
back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How
Is
much
there a
longer must
reason,
we
Jimmy?
tolerate this?
Where the footprints? Those are stupid.
First I went to Section... That's when I grabbed it. And he spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay. I moved from Section C to Section...
Girl, that ain't right.
No, it's
You know that ain't right.
said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like he just spammed the same thing 3 times in a row. 5 times in a row. Oops.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein.
Did not expect that.
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
For what reason, though?
That can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
What's with all these liars? Give me just 1 second. Okay, I'm back.
already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm back.
Oh, well, you see...
Thank you for those who have stuck around.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Byakuya was so ready to accuse her. He was so ready to send her to her death.
And the footprints
So ready.
aren't the only problem with her account.
Thank you.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
New evidence? What the frick?
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
Yeah, this is all
It
I
was
need.
hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I mean, everyone in this trial has been acting suspicious, low-key. But you right, Byakuya is definitely acting suspicious now. I mean, he was so ready to pin it on he was so ready to pin it on Asahina. Like, so ready. Huh? A piece of
It had
glass?
sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
Thank you, Yuki.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't
Chicken.
realize? Well,
Chicken is
then.
good.
Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoka found in the bottle of poison. I broke something. The rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right? The window? The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
Yeah, how did that happen?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room? It should have been in section A.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Byakuya can't keep
I'll
up?
grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
All eyes on Byakuya. Right now, he's super suspicious. He is.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
Like, my dude is legit over here panicking. Are you okay?
You know what I don't know.
And after it was opened.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window. If I concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt until the locked room was. It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec.
No, that's not right. That's not right. Oops, I'm sorry. What?
Shoot.
Oops. There's a
When it
contradiction
comes to
in there
that protein
somewhere.
can, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Empty protein drink. Hold on. Around. Oh.
It absolutely was not.
So you're saying someone planted it?
No. No. It had to have been. It had to be. It was in there.
Nope. No, it wasn't.
No, it's wrong.
Because the glass was underneath it. Which means it was placed on
Remember
top
how
of
there
the
was
glass.
broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What if...
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear.
For someone so
hasn't it?
smart and full of himself, he can be extremely dumb, like now. True.
As long as it
That's
was
the
a locked
downfall.
room, it
All
only
these
contains the
people.
bottle of poison,
All these
and not
people.
the protein can.
All these people who are so full of themselves and think that they're all this and that, and think that they're so smart and that they're smarter than other people. They're usually the people who miss the most obvious thing that can throw off their whole entire argument, and then they panic.
But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other
I think.
possibility is there?
Well, I mean, because I think they all thought that they did kill her, but then once they figured out they didn't,
You're saying
because
she
like,
drank it knowing what it was?
yeah.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify.
He said,
one
"Please
other
tell
thing.
us." Hold on, I'm sorry,
We need to
Byakuya. Did you
establish
say
who exactly got
please?
the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. Sakura.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
I didn't even know the word "please" was in his vocabulary.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
Also, I'll be right back again. Okay, I'm back again. Sorry that I keep disappearing.
We know for a fact she went to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Thank you. I keep disappearing.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
I wonder why.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Over's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instead.
Thank you both for welcoming me back.
Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Yeah, we are for real. Select someone. Are we figuring it? Are we solving the killer?
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want
Yeah, I don't even know why that's an actual option. Yeah, you're the killer, obviously.
Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Oh, shoot.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself
Oops, sorry.
in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And at
So
that
basically,
point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
she knows what she did. They both do.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
So she killed herself so nobody can be blamed unless... Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground.
Well, you won't see her go.
Honestly, you should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
You don't have to see her go. Because technically, she didn't kill Sakura, she just made it look like somebody else did it.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
Before she does kill
You're
someone,
saying
true.
Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
Girl, we have evidence. Would you just shut up?
It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing statement. Sakura wanted to talk to Hiro and one other person. That person. Person was Toko, wasn't it? Well, we're at the closing statement, y'all. You know what that means. I think it was this one. Oh, well. Oops, I can't think. Toko got to the restroom early and hid somewhere in the locker. Then, what was in the Monokuma bottle that... This... right here. And then, oop, I keep going forward. What did Hiro try to do to cover up the murder he thought he committed? He wrote Toko's name. Boy, I cannot. At that point, Toko, who was in the locker, emerged from the locker and then also hit her upside the head with the bottle. And just decided to beat that girl over the head because she was scared. What did she do with the magazine that had the dying message on it? She put it back, but she put it back upside down. And then smacked her upside the head. Because, you know... Oops. Hold on, yeah, that's right. what actually killed Sakura came from the chem lab, right? Yes, it was the bottle. And then we found it. There was something on the floor near Sakura's bottle, which someone grabbed, and that was the protein powder that we found. Well, not the protein powder, but the protein bottle. Protein. Wow. Oh, well, never mind. We haven't gotten to that yet. Yeah, this anime is so strange.
Exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
All the blood is pink. There's no... It's pink blood.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
And into the locker she went.
Found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name.
Toko.
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out.
Yeah, that's the... Like, instead of burning it or taking it with her, she just decided to put it back, knowing that her name was in it. It's like, okay, this could be evidence.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those two blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, The rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside.
If I remember correctly, she killed herself. I think she was already planning on doing it. But she wanted to talk with the people who she thought hated her for, you know, being the spy for the mastermind. But I think, if I remember correctly, she was already thinking about doing it, but them attacking her and stuff, I think that was kind of like the tipping point, because she was like, oh, they actually truly do like hate me or something. It was something like that.
Someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Dang.
That's the full truth of the case.
Dang.
Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Because you're not the only smart person here, Byakuya.
Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Ooh.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Ooh, she went a little hard, didn't she? Didn't have to be there. Nice.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How the fuck you
You
going?
seriously forgot?
Thank you.
I can feel my energy draining out of me.
I don't understand how we're supposed to vote if the person that did it is dead.
Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Monokuma, my dude. Like, I don't even understand how we can still vote because like, the person is dead. They're dead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence.
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her, so that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins, because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Yes, he knows all. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me. Protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. So Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. Oh, rip Asahina. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you... Hina, please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
Friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. I mean, the main character is always available. He can't, I mean... The main character is always available. Of course, there is your favorite characters like Byakuya and Toko and Hiro. What about Kyoko? Kyoko's cool. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's gonna be the last trial. The last trial is that the main character actually like killed somebody. That'd be crazy. That's how far you'd push her. Sakura, what happened to you? No, the stuck-up guy is Byakuya. Kyoko's the girl with like the kind of purple, like lavender colored hair. Hina, you came. Wait right here. I'll help you out. Hina? Huh? I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Yes, pretty much. A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get to the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Let me in, please! Open the door.
Why?
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 Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
This.
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. 'Cause her and me... Hey, Monokuma! Best character. Well, what I'm really trying to say is, don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room. What? Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut. So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies. Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However... Oh, okay. However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Ooh. Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
You, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us? She didn't hinder her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
Pretty much. She did it because friendship. No other reason. She just wanted everyone to get along and be happy with each other. Then this is what gets me about this. Y'all are in a school where your whole entire goal to escape the school is to kill each other. What makes you think that you dying will actually, like, prevent any more killings from happening? Like, what makes you think that someone isn't going to turn around and kill someone else because you died? Welcome to the stream, Cupcake-chan. The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then, they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
Alright.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but she almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we... Oh shit, I was reading that Monokuma voice. Whether or not... because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game, which is why I am bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to risk their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Shoot. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game. I can't. There's no point in participating in a game which has lost the sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it. But what's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. But Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Thank you! Some people make it like I'm trying to make, because I don't want to go so high-pitched, because if I go high-pitched and I get louder, and I don't want to like annoy people, so it's like high-pitched but also kind of like normal. I don't know. Whatever master says go. Wherever master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
The heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Alright, Monokuma. The question is, who's getting punished? Yeah. Yeah, the punishment scenes are some of the best scenes in this game. Just because it's so interesting to see, like, what the punishment actually will be for each specific character. You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk! Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true, so it's okay.
Gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him? Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky. So, you finally noticed him. Finally? No. I knew about him from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge? Yeah. Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help, at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript. Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so far I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this? What is it now? There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the rest of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What? Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial is over, and Monokuma's gone. So now what do we do? What else is there, other than to head back up? Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat. I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out. Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try... Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag? No. No. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. Well, what are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball? That's right, I called you a sleazeball, 'cause you are. Sleazeball. Apparently, you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse. Give and take. Me. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug bite.
Or don't let anyone kill you in your sleep. Nighttime descended and pulled me along with it down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. How did...
Kyoko? Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here? I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always, and you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. Well, what time is it? 3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Alright, y'all, and that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Because you know we can't get out of there like that. Can't just, I gotta leave it on a cliffhanger. Why is she waking him up this late at night? You'll know next time I play. Okay, hopefully it saved. Yeah, it did. You'll know next time I play. Yes. Have a good day as well, Craig. I'll see you next time I stream. And bye everyone else who joined in on this stream. See you guys later.